Coilies, it's Ashlyn Coils, and I am back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for my Coily Convos. Instead of just talking about clarifying hair, I'm also going to show you guys how I clarify my hair and explain why it is so beneficial to your hair and scalp health. So as you see right now, I have my hair in a crown braid. If you want to see how I achieved this style, make sure to follow me on Instagram because I will be posting it in this week's Freestyle Friday video. But even though this protective style got me through the weekend, it is time to not only clean my hair, but to detoxify my hair. I will be doing that today with a Bentonite clay mask. So if you look in front of me, I have lots of different things. My ingredients for the mask are the Aztec Secret Indian Healing Clay and organic, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. I will be using a plastic fork and a plastic bowl to mix the mask because you cannot use any metal bowls or utensils. I'm going to attempt to give you guys some measurements with these plastic measuring cups. And then finally, I have clips, a t-shirt, and a towel to make sure I don't make too much of a mess. So before I explain why I use a Bentonite clay mask, I am going to show you how I make it. I'm going to be using this half cup measure for the Bentonite clay, but honestly it's a little hard to scoop out. So I'm going to use the smaller one just so I can get some good heaping scoops. That looks about right. So I have a half a cup right here. And now that I have the Bentonite clay in here, I'm going to add my ACV. When you're making this mask, you have the option to add essential oils, or if your scalp is a little bit more sensitive, you could add some water. But I just use these two ingredients and I found that these are really successful. Plus, I love how it starts to bubble a little bit. Makes me feel like I'm doing a chemistry experiment. So I'm just gonna mix this up with a plastic fork to get rid of all of these clumps. So after doing that, it is clearly too chunky to mix into my hair. So I'm gonna add another quarter cup. At this point, I'm eyeballing it. I know I've read on a couple websites that you want it to be the consistency of Greek yogurt. I still think that's a little too chunky for trying to distribute through my hair, so I prefer it to be more like, you know, your traditional yogurt. Smooth and creamy, and that makes it easier to work into your hair before it dries. So right now I have an equal parts apple cider vinegar and Bentonite clay. I'm really trying to make sure I work in all the chunks from the bottom before I add more clay. So it's definitely starting to get smooth and creamy. I'll show you guys in just a second. Okay, this is exactly how I like it. It's not too runny, but it is still smooth and creamy enough to work through my hair with no issues. Now that part's done, I'm going to take down my hair and detangle a little bit off camera, and then I'll come back to talk more about this Bentonite clay mask. I'm back. I just did a quick detangle of my hair, and as you can see, it's really stretched out from the crown braid. But I put down the towel on my table so I don't make any more of a mess than I already did. And now I'm going to start with the process of putting the clay into my hair. I'll be adding the clay in sections just like I do with anything else. Okay, now that that's all ready to go, I'm going to talk more about this Bentonite clay mask. So I use a Bentonite clay mask to clarify my hair. Clarifying is just a fancy way of saying that you're removing buildup from your hair and scalp. You can get buildup on your hair and scalp just from using products like I do on a regular basis. I don't use any products with silicones, but still the oils and creams do start to build up on top of my hair shaft. So when that happens, I notice a few things. First, you might start to see more white flakes on top of my hair, which means my hair is not absorbing anything else. Or products might not be working as well as they have in the past. So a lot of the times when people see that, they assume it's time to buy new products, but that's not always the case. It could just be that you need to clarify your hair. So you can just simply buy a clarifying shampoo from the store or do an ACV or apple cider vinegar rinse with apple cider vinegar and water when you're in the shower to clarify your hair. But I like to do the extra step of clarifying my hair with this Bentonite clay mask for a few very good reasons. Any clay mask is going to work as a magnet for any toxins and impurities. So just like a clay mask you put on your skin, this clay mask that I put in my hair is going to draw out any toxins and oils and buildup that are on top of my hair shaft. On top of that, the Bentonite clay and apple cider vinegar have a lot of amazing benefits for your hair and scalp. Bentonite clay contains a mixture of natural minerals that are going to work together to promote your hair growth. The clay also helps give your hair more moisture and shine. After using it, you may also notice that there's less frizz in your hair and that your hair feels softer. Since I'm someone who suffers from a dry, itchy, and flaky scalp, the combination of Bentonite clay and apple cider vinegar are amazing for scalp health. First of all, the Bentonite clay is antimicrobial, so it's going to help with any scalp irritation and flaking that you experience. So as you see me working it into my hair, you might notice that I'm bringing it really close to the root and even putting it on my scalp. That is totally okay. The apple cider vinegar also helps restore the pH balance to your hair and scalp, and it has antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. The combination of these two products are also believed to help with seborrheic dermatitis, not sure if I said that right, and psoriasis. To be more specific, I do have seborrheic dermatitis, and for that reason, that's why you see me shampooing instead of co-washing. And for those of you who know me personally, I tend to try to wash my hair twice a week if I have the time because of the amount of buildup on my scalp. This mask also encourages curl definition. So if you notice your curls have looked more limp or they're not bouncing back the way they have before, clarify your hair. If I come closer, you can definitely see that the definition in my hair is starting to come back. I just do want to be clear about one thing. This mask is not a deep conditioner. Since it's used to cleanse and clarify, it's actually a really great replacement for a shampoo. Because I like that extra layer of clean on my scalp and to make sure that all of this mask is out, I do follow up with a shampoo. So basically, if your hair needs a quick reboot and detox, a Bentonite clay mask is the way to go. I got both my apple cider vinegar and the Aztec clay mask from the vitamin shop. But you can find the Bentonite clay at Target, I believe, and at some local beauty supply stores. The ACV, as you know, can just be found at a regular grocery store. So if you're natural, you already know that wash days can take long enough, and doing something like this can make it take even longer. But this is not something that you have to do every single time you wash your hair. I don't use any silicones or any really heavy oils in my hair. So I usually clarify my hair every month to month and a half. But if you're someone who uses a lot of heavy creams and oils, if you don't wash as often, or if you co-wash more regularly, you might want to use it a little bit more often than that. It really just depends on your routine and what your hair needs. I'm not letting any of this go to waste, y'all. The clay starts to work as it dries, so I'm not going to put my hair up in clips. I'm not going to put it in a shower cap. I'm just going to leave it just like this and then come back in about 30 minutes to show you what it looks like before I wash it out. I'll be back. This is what my hair looks like now that I've washed out the mask. As you can see, my hair has a lot of definition, shine, and you can't see this, but it feels very, very soft. And this is what my hair looks like without any deep conditioning or without putting in any products. Honestly, guys, this is why I clarify. Like, just look at this. Just look at this. If this is what it looks like before I put any product in, imagine what it's going to look like after. That's it for today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell button so you're notified every single time I post a new video. I'll see you next time. And remember, always cherish your coils.